It's the kind of house you avoid without knowing why, a place that seems to breathe darkness. The locals whisper about it in hushed tones, a house where people enter but never come out. No one knows what happens inside. No one who's gone in has ever been seen again. When Jake and Emily Dawson inherit the mysterious old house on the edge of town, they don't know what to expect. To them, it's just an unexpected windfall, a place to fix up and maybe sell. The house is old, neglected, and surrounded by a thick, overgrown forest. But they're determined to make the best of it. From the moment they step inside, the atmosphere is suffocating. The air is heavy, the silence oppressive. There's something unsettling about the way the house seems to watch them, the way the shadows cling to the corners of every room. But Jake brushes it off as nerves, while Emily chalks it up to the house's age. As they begin to explore, they find strange things. Photographs of people they've never seen, objects that seem to belong to different eras, and rooms that look untouched for decades. There's a sense of wrongness that neither of them can shake, but they press on, hoping to find some explanation. It starts with the noises, faint whispers that echo through the halls at night, footsteps that seem to come from nowhere. The lights flicker, doors open and close on their own, and strange cold spots appear throughout the house. Emily begins to hear her name being called from empty rooms, while Jake starts having vivid nightmares of people being dragged into the darkness. But then, things take a darker turn. One night, Emily notices that a room at the end of the hallway, the one that was locked and inaccessible before, has its door ajar. Inside, she finds a dusty, forgotten library filled with old books, maps, and journals. One of the journals catches her eye, and as she reads it, her blood runs cold. It details the experiences of a previous owner, a man named Thomas Gresham, who describes the house as a living entity, a place that consumes those who dare to stay too long. According to the journal, the house feeds on fear, on the energy of the people who enter it. The more scared they become, the more the house tightens its grip, pulling them deeper into its twisted reality until they disappear entirely, leaving no trace. Emily tries to show the journal to Jake, but when she turns to the last page, she sees something that wasn't there before. Her own name, written in blood. Panicked, she tells Jake they need to leave, but it's too late. The house has them now. As they race to the front door, they find it locked. The windows won't budge, the walls seem to close in around them, and the shadows grow darker, thicker. The house has changed. What was once a familiar layout is now a disorienting maze of endless hallways and dead ends. Jake and Emily run, but the house seems to shift and warp with every step, trapping them in a nightmarish labyrinth. The whispers grow louder, more insistent, and the temperature plummets. They can feel the house's malevolent presence closing in on them. Finally, they find themselves back in the library, where the walls are covered in photographs of the missing. People who once lived in the house, their faces twisted in terror. Among them, they see their own reflections in the glass, as if they've already become part of the house's history. In a last-ditch effort, Jake takes a hammer to the wall, trying to break through. But instead of wood and plaster, he hits something soft, something that bleeds. The walls pulse like a beating heart, and the house lets out a low, guttural growl. With a final, desperate push, Jake and Emily manage to break down the door and stumble out into the night. They run as fast as they can, never looking back until they're far from the house. But when they finally stop to catch their breath, they realize something horrifying. They're not in the world they left behind. They're standing in a twisted version of their town, where the streets are empty, the sky is black, and the buildings are decayed. The house has trapped them in a parallel dimension, a place where they'll wander forever, never aging, never escaping. They've become the house's newest victims, caught in an eternal nightmare.
Unfilmed movie. Unfilmed movie recaps.